Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. This is section 3 of the bookshelf clean out. Taken longer than I thought, but I like telling you guys about all the stuff we like. So we're gonna go over here again. We were here and we moved a stack of books over here. So most of these on the bottom and this one and that one are master books, which are a homeschool study that we use. These are Heart Cry Missionary and Media Gratia. And that one is. So those are books, they're Bible study books. And those are books that no one in the house is currently using right now, but they are school books for the future. So we placed them this direction so that they help hold up the other books. They were in this big spot right here, and I moved them before the camera because I knew that we'd drop them if we waited till we moved them. So we're gonna go up here. These are some missionary stories. Building on the Rock series by Joel Beakey. He takes old stories and puts them with gospel messages. These are really good. The Children's Heritage series, we strongly recommend those books. Creation Adventures series, I don't know, are those by ICR?
They're Paul Thompson, aren't they?
ICR. Yes, but like they're Thompson, but they're put out by ICR. So those are chapter books that talk about, there's 4 of them, but they're all creation based, how God did things. Okay, these Winter with the Moody's, are by the Maxwells, one of the daughters of the Maxwells. So the Maxwells wrote a book about chores, and their oldest daughter, homeschooled, wrote this series of books. We really enjoy those. And these ones with the Millers, these are put out by, I think, Rod and Staff. They are short stories, and they're Mennonite, but we agree with most of them. Patricia St. John has written a lot of Christian books. We have a series by her. These we really like. Okay, so we just gave out the Truth and Grace, right?
Yes.
Truth and Grace Catechism books. These are Grace and Truth books. I always forget the two. But this is a series of 11 stories for children. They're very, very good.
I remember that.
We really like those. These 2 books we bought at the local Amish store. They're just the readers that they use in school. These 2 books, I haven't found these anywhere else. We got them on sale somewhere, and they're just really good. Okay, down to this shelf. We're going to get rid of these 2 books because we don't really use them. I'm going to give them to the local thrift store. No, you can't touch the computer. Sorry. Fun facts about the American Adventure series. I'm going to give this to Samuel for schoolwork, so it's going in a different spot. It's got stuff. Jonathan Park. If you haven't heard us talk about Jonathan Park, you haven't watched our channel very long. We really enjoy Jonathan Park. Pat Roy and Pat Roy was the creator of this. I thought it was under a name that he had done it. But anyway, he started the Jonathan Park series. It's about a boy and his family who start a creation science museum. Very, very good. These are books written about the first ones. He's being a little grumpy today. Okay, we've got this book goes over here. You're going to see me sort. This goes with missionary biography stuff. That one is about John Payne. Naomi's reading the other one. I don't know if she's finished it yet. Plymouth and the Words of the Founders by Paul Jaley. He's got some good things you can find online. I'm going to get rid of this. This is about Gettysburg. We're not super interested in that. That's going to go to the thrift store. Sign of the Beaver, if you've never read this, it has a little bit of the religion of the Indians at the time, the Native Americans at the time, but this is set in Maine when it was Massachusetts. And it's a really good book about a boy having to take care of things while he was alone in the wilderness. The Birkenhead Drill, about a boat that sank before the Titanic, what they could have learned from it, and it's creation based. This is another book we've read, but I don't need it to stay on our shelf, so it's going to the thrift store. Treasures from Grandma's Attic. If you've ever, all of these Grandma's Attic's book are really good. They're short stories that teach Christian principles. The Karakin Kids are family that are, I think they're missionaries, travel around to different countries. G.A. Henty, an old writer, and this is a book about his historical fiction books. Mark was reading it the other day.
All of which you can get for free on archive.org, but they may be hard to read. They're also in reprint by multiple publishers.
Yes, you can find them at the local library a lot of times.
Henty, very courageous boys' guides to everything.
Okay, these books were put out by Vision Forum. I don't know who's selling them now. Very suspenseful. I don't know. We haven't read more. I know there's a lot more in this series. These 2 the kids like because they're suspenseful and everything.
So it's Summer Suspense and Peril on Providence Island?
Yes. I know there's more in the series though. Simple Science Experiments with Everyday Materials. We haven't used that book, so I'm giving it to the thrift store. This homeschooling book by the Knotgrasses. If you don't know who the Knotgrasses are, they do a history curriculum for homeschoolers. Denise Sproul. Tending Your Garden. She was the first wife of R.C. Sproul Jr. She passed away from cancer a couple years ago, but a book about being a keeper at home. Sarah Liu, we have her 3 books. She was a Chinese Christian who got put in jail and was beaten for being a Christian. So this is like a devotional series. This Leslie Ludy book, if someone would like this book, I will send this. I have not read this, but I've been told it is very, very good. I just don't see myself reading it with the time that I have right now. So this is a giveaway book. Authentic Beauty. I want Leslie Ludy.
On the clock.
Before You Meet Prince Charming, we mentioned a book in one of our last videos of Will Our Generation Speak? Yep. This is her older sister, a book about being a Christian wife. Well, before you become a wife, like what you're looking for in a man. Preparing. And The Making Brothers and Sisters Best Friends, which is both of their books. This child health guide, if you would like this child health guide, I have never used it. I was given it by Mark's mom for $1. I just haven't used it, and I have information online that I get. So if you would like this holistic pediatrics for parents, there you go. It's in the giveaway pile. Cooking in the Outdoors, that's for Samuel. The Undying Flame, Unforgettable True Stories of Christian Faith Behind the Iron Curtain, can go over here.
Hey, can I make a caveat?
Yes.
So, any of these books that we're giving away,
yes,
you got a week to claim them, or I'm giving them to Goodwill.
Okay, we're
I
not
just
keeping
don't want
them.
books sitting around for 3 months while people are waiting to.
Exactly. Okay.
care of them.
We will give an end
point
by
is to
date.
empty them out. Yeah.
Okay, so these we're gonna keep these. This Alzheimer's primer and Reflections from Maple Crest Pond are from my grandmother. So my grandfather had Alzheimer's, and my grandmother was an author before this. She wrote this book about things that, looking back, she saw signs of Alzheimer's in my grandfather. And it's actually been used by the Alzheimer's Association. She's spoken at a couple of their things. This other one, Reflections from Maple Crest Pond, she decided for 1 year she was going to write a small journal entry every day for the whole year. And this happened to be the year that my father passed away. And so it's just neat to read what she thought through all of that and how our kids responded and all of those things. So if you want information on those, write to me and I'll get you information from my grandma. This is just a easy reader book. Richard Wormbrand. This is The Pastor's Wife. It's written, it's Sabina's book. There are some parts in here that are not for young readers. I have not let the girls read this book yet. So that's going over on this shelf though with the missionary books. A lot of these are more the school books. We have a trivia book that was given to Samuel by a friend. Okay, the Maxwells are the ones who wrote Managers of Their Homes. Their daughter is the one who wrote this series. And this is one of they used to do like a newsletter or whatever, podcast. I don't know. This is just the writings of that. I had the first one and it's been lost somewhere. These Christian Liberty Nature Readers, we have 3 of them. We do not have the first one. A friend's mom gave us these. Thank you, Mary. And one of them is being used in our school box, so it's just in a different spot. Yeah. These are my homeschool books. I really enjoy these books by Ruth Beechick. This is How to Teach Your Children Grades K through 3 without a specific curriculum. And this is the 4th through 8th book. And it's definitely more teacher intense because you do a lot more of the work to get the curriculum done, but it's how you can do more, finding out what your kids want to learn and taking them on that journey. I really enjoy those books and have learned a lot from them. And then this one is Things We Wish We'd Known. And so it's a bunch of stories of people who were homeschooling and through their homeschool journey, things they wish they knew at the start, like don't worry so much about certain things, that type of stuff. Okay. We have the next shelf, these picture puzzle books. I'm actually getting rid of these because they're all messed up and I haven't been able to find a way to get all the marker off of them. I've tried many ways that people have suggested and I can't get them, so I'm going to get rid of those ones. What?
There's some more.
There's some more, I know. We'll get it. Oh, here. We'll see when we get to those. Okay. This is a Hymns of the Faith. We've been enjoying that, so I'm going to keep that. here's some papers of stuff that I printed out. I'm going to take them out so the kids can use them. Hold on. Just need to move something so I can get them out of here. How the shelf is built, it's got a little lip on it. Makes it hard to get that last set of things out. Which is fine when you're normally just storing them. Okay, those will be used later. Going in our other pile. Okay, God's Priceless Woman is a Bible course for all ages. And I really should look through this more because it might be something really good. It was given to me in a pile of books and I just haven't studied it out. Hey, baby. History of Mount Rushmore. I'm going to take that out for a child to actually do it. There are a lot of times that things get put on our shelves that we're like, oh, we'd like to use this puzzle book or whatever. And then we keep thinking, oh, let's use it for the right time. Let's use it for the right time. I'm going to take them out and have the kids do them. And then I'm not keeping something on my shelf that we're not going to use. And I'll explain that more in another video. This goes with one of the Miller books up here. They've got workbooks you can use to continue in the learning. So we actually will keep that. Illustrated Bible Dictionary. This is an old sewing book. I'm going to get rid of this and give it to Goodwill because I have a lot of sewing projects that I know how to do. Okay. This is just a writing book if somebody has a question. Do you not want me talking? What's this about? If somebody has a question about something in writing, it's a good resource. We have William Bradford's Plymouth Settlement. We're going to keep that. Atlas of the World. This Middle Age Renaissance book. It's a family study handbook. It's another one I should look at, but I do not want to get rid of right now. Kids Science Experiment book. I'm going to get rid of that one because we don't use that one, and I have more that I actually know that we will use. Samuel got one for Christmas that we will use. The World of Columbus and Sons. If you have not read these, you can get them from your local library. She kind of tells a lot of what's going on in the world at that time. We like this for the same reason we like these ones, is it focuses on one person, but it tells you events that are happening all around the world at the same time. Because in history, we sometimes get so focused on the one person, we forget where they fit in the grand scheme of things. And so this book, there are multiples of this. There's a George Washington, there's an Augustus Caesar, and I know there's other ones. It's from Beautiful Feet Books, and I know I found them at my local library. No, you don't want your sister's hand there? Okay.
Finish this shelf and call it good.
We got this knot book. Samuel's been using that. We got this cool Bible thing.
You can show them how.
I can show them. Okay, so depending where you touch on the page, it shows the Bible in different ways, and it's used.
There's a neat little way to present the gospel using it.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. This is just a book we use for fun for reading. It's an old Abeka history book. The Titanic's last hero, a person who went down with the Titanic preaching the gospel. Light in the Glory history book. Sinking of the Titanic. What? Oh, Sinking of the Titanic. A kid's money book, which just talks about money stuff. Small inventions that make a big difference. These are just, like, we have these ripped up books. I got this at a yard sale. The kids love it, but I wouldn't say go buy it. This book is really good. Here, Virginia, I'm going to have you take the baby. The Eagle Story. It talks about how to conquer bad habits. We were given that by someone in the Plymouth Brethren Assemblies when we were enjoying going there. Someone handed us that book, and it's very good. A is for Adam by Ken Ham. That goes with these books, but it's a kid's book about creation. We've got some first aid books. Cooking on a Stick. We had another cookbook cooking thing up here.
Samuel.
That's Samuel's. We'll put those together. Ultimate Road Trip. We're going to take this out so that the kids can actually look at it. A Science Chef book. We're going to put it away. That experiment one. Let's see how bad this one is. That one's in pretty good shape, so we're going to leave that one.
Okay.
This book, They Wouldn't Quit, is just about handicapped people and what they did in the world. Just not something we're probably going to read again, so I'm going to get rid of it. Drawing book. Here's another drawing book and another drawing book. We'll put all those together. This, The Squire and the Scroll and The Princess and the Kiss are Christian books about... I haven't read The Squire and the Scroll recently. The Princess and the Kiss is about keeping your kiss for your husband. Your first kiss for your husband, and what a gift that is. I haven't read The Squire and the Scroll recently. What's The Squire and the Scroll about?
So, there is a dragon that flies over a castle and takes their I think it was Lantern of Purest Light.
Yeah.
And this knight and his squire have to go on a journey to get it. But the squire's father and mother give him a scroll he was taught out of. And it has 5 truths. And they went into the dragon and his team's traps and stuff. And, like, fix your gaze directly before you was one of the things in the scroll, so he wouldn't reach out to grab the precious gems on the sides of the cave, because it was actually to knock down the cave and trap them.
Sounds exciting. All right, read the book. Carry on.
Okay, so I've taken a couple more books out of here. So this is a rod and staff book that's like, if somebody would like this, I will give this to you. It's a geography for 4th grade. We just don't use it. I do different things. And here's a chemistry for every kid experiment book, if somebody would like that. So those are going in the giveaway pile. Hold on. Up here, I'm just kind of throwing stuff away. These are things that we're keeping. My grandmother did a history of our family, and Mark's grandmother, aunt, someone
Great.
did a history of their family. My grandmother also did a book about my grandfather. Before he got too bad with his Alzheimer's, she asked him a question a day about what was your first car? Who were your first friends? Do you remember the house you grew up in? That type of thing. And so that's a really interesting book. So we're keeping all of those as family books. So we went through all those shelves and got rid of more stuff. We've definitely gone over the 20 limit today. This is going to Goodwill. This is going in the giveaway pile. So if you want this book, say, I want chemistry. If you want this book, say, I want a Becca geography. Sorry, rod and staff geography. Geography book. If you want this, I want the child health guide. And if you want this, I want Leslie Ludy. Okay? So we're still getting rid of more stuff. We will see you guys in a little bit. Bye.